How do you do? Just a word of friendly warning. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
Hi guys, welcome back to episode 456.
Are you farting right now?
No, I'm
Okay.
trying to listen to this wall over here.
Andy, stop farting.
He's doing the fart lean.
Oh my god.
Fart lean, fart lean, fart lean.
Oh god.
It's episode 494.
262.
You're an idiot.
Episode 100.
494. We made it, guys.
I know.
After 11 years, we got 100 shows out.
I listened to episode 2 the other day. Freddie made me listen to
I
it.
listened to episode 1.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And
It wasn't that bad.
No, in 2 wasn't that bad either, except
Do our voices sound like a lot younger?
no, the sound is terrible. That's the problem in all the sound effects. But I'll just
Yeah.
tell you, there's a person that was on the show back then. Their name starts with an R, and he's not on the show anymore. And God, what a little bitch he was.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That was
Wait.
zombie contingency, right?
Why don't we go
Yeah,
around and
I'm sorry,
introduce
I'm
everybody
sorry,
real
I'm
quick,
sorry,
and then I
I'm
want to
sorry.
mention the Patreon.
Okay, good.
Freddie and
You like that? I just
yeah.
whoopawed you.
Mm.
Oh,
So,
snap.
how's everybody doing?
Okay.
We're going to stretch this out a little more. See how much I
Yes,
can
sir.
piss Freddie off.
Are you going to gape it?
You're,
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
he's
Gross.
Never again.
Every day.
What you got, Andy?
Okay, this is me. I'm Andy. This is my show this week.
It
We're
really
we're-
is.
We're continuing Parents Month.
It's Andy of the Living Podcast.
Yep. Welcome to my show.
Night of the Living Andy.
And
No, Millie, no. Bad choices. Goddamn
Oh.
dog.
Millie, this
No,
is my
she's
show.
Millie keeps going to
"Fuck your
fraternity
show."
parties and not thinking about how much she's drinking.
The little cunt loves to get where all the wires are and fuck with my life.
She's sweet.
I love her. She's the best cunt in
She
the
just
world.
wants to be close to Andy right now.
All right, what do you
This
got?
is what
my
animals
show.
do.
I know.
You know, our cats.
Yeah.
Before we
Before we allow
before we
things to
stop
happen.
gaping,
Oh.
our cats, they get up on. I don't care if they get on my desk because I don't give a shit about anything I do.
Yeah,
But
you're filthy.
like while Elisa's working, I'll get up on her computer,
Get
and
up
she's
on
like,
this.
"No," and she tries to get, but they run behind to where they know it's not easy to reach them, and they just like crouch.
Yeah.
They're like, "You're not gonna grab us and throw us on the bed."
Uh-uh.
And then and then you give up and you sit down, and then they come out and they're like, "Keyboard steps, keyboard steps."
Cats and dogs.
Cats, kitty cats, puppy dogs.
God, we're old.
They bring so
Puppers.
much joy into our lives.
Doggos.
You know you're a cat person, Wayne.
Doggos and puppers.
Doggers.
So, it's my show.
No, please repeat. everything you've already
Wapa!
For
This is the theme to Andy's show. The opening theme.
and the show.
Hold on, let me turn to the camera and
The Gary
Yeah.
Anderling show.
Oh,
Okay,
I see what you did there.
Yeah, it was
we're
great.
continuing our Parents Month, and it's my choice this week. We're
Mhm.
going to choose the 2009 Korean movie Mother.
Your body, your choice.
Mhm. Don't tell me what to do.
What's the Korean title?
Murder.
Is it Madeo?
It's Mother.
Oh, I see.
God, you're a piece of shit.
A mother.
Oh.
And I also have the Russian Roulette movie,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Viral.
Oh.
Double Andy.
Hey, for the same price too.
How do you say viral in Chinese?
Viral.
Are we for our
Stab you.
drug money? Are we doing this Andy to Andy?
Uh-huh.
Andy to Andy.
You never go Andy.
Oh, he's doing a Requiem for a Dream ass to ass joke.
Because it's double Andy. It's a double-headed Andy.
A lot of tears.
Oh, that's a sad scene.
Oh my God, please move on.
Yeah, but when it's you, the two people
Oh,
are
two
like,
Andys. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Am I the dodo or am I the two Andys?
It's your choice.
Oh.
Okay.
No more.
In fact, make it this way: it's two yous and you're the
Fucking
dildo.
hate
two
you
yous?
guys.
But that's three.
That's four.
That's four Andys.
But if you reduce the fraction, it's still just double.
Andy
I will-
McDowell.
snatch the show from you.
like
You don't
like
watch out.
like a wig.
You'll
a
smack
figure out
a
queen.
Clean and
Like
jerk.
a wig, like like a crown, like a clean and jerk.
Have you introduced anybody?
Not
yet?
yet.
No.
I'm trying to.
No, you're not.
He's luxuriating
Don't
right
you
now.
fucking dare act
He
like
is.
you're trying
He
to.
just ran a hot bath of Andy.
Yes!
And he is luxuriating in it.
It's like,
Like
what-
only a handy Andy can do.
it's like, Andy, take me away.
Andy.
It's one of those Andy bath bombs from Lush.
I'm gonna snatch. I'm gonna snatch this.
Anyway,
This
so
coffee
we are
is good.
joined by Amy.
Hi.
She's enjoying a nice cup of cafefe.
Coffee.
Cafefe.
Nescafe.
No, that's,
And
that's blah.
we also have Kelly with us.
I like to say coifefe.
Cafefe.
Coifefe.
Coffee.
I am also enjoying it.
He's been diagnosed with a bad case of cafefe.
Oh God.
Yeah, I got to talk to my doctor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And Freddy's here with us.
Hey, my feet smell.
Mm,
Like,
He's here to cafefe and chew bubblegum.
Yeah.
He's all out of bubblegum.
he's also all out of coifefe.
Yeah.
Millie is sniffing the air because I was like, my feet stink, and then she's like, she starts moving her head around in the air.
She does English.
Pavlovian now.
Do you like it?
And finally, we got Mikey B. He is a keynote speaker at Cafefe 2017.
Oh.
Ah.
I'm talking all about Cafefe's kids.
Yeah.
They don't die.
They don't die, they multiply.
There you go.
Did you hear Red Hot Chili Peppers are playing coifefe this year?
Are they really? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, they haven't played in like so many years.
You guys want to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. It's going to be disaster like that Fry Fest.
Fire
Fire.
Fest.
Fry Fest. We
but-
got French fries. We got freedom fries. We got all the fries you can want.
Y'all got sweet potato?
Waffle?
Nope.
Nope. No sweet potato fries?
Nope.
Oven? Home?
Home fries. We have Luke Wilson's home fries.
It's Bunbury this weekend.
Jeremy and Cassie are coming.
Are they?
Yeah.
What's
Oh, I wish
today?
I'd known that.
It's Sunday.
But what is playing today?
AFI,
Oh, okay.
The American Film Institute.
or as you know them better, maybe A Fire Inside.
Oh, really?
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't
it's
know
the
that.
more
this
you
week? I
know.
thought it was this next coming weekend.
No, it's this weekend.
Oh.
Wiz Khalifa play the other night.
Black and Yellow.
Oh, Black and Yellow.
Muse
Black
was
and
here, I believe?
yellow.
I would have liked to see
Or
Muse.
is that tonight? Doesn't matter. I'm happy for Jeremy and Cassie, but I gotta tell you, I wasn't super thrilled with this year's Bunbury lineup.
No.
We don't get the best acts. I mean, they're
No, we do.
they're okay acts,
There
but
have
they're
been
not like
great years.
huge.
Huge.
Oh,
I
last Year
disagree.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Last year got to see good stuff.
Yeah, you sure did. You remember it so much.
I do. What's that one band?
Good stuff.
You know.
I mean, we saw
We saw
Florence
Tegan
and
and
the Machine?
Sarah.
we saw Pantera.
Did you guys see,
Tegan and Sarah.
Oh yeah, we saw Tegan.
Did
and
you guys
Sarah.
see Florence and the
saw-
Machine?
Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, 3 hours late, right?
Uh-huh. Yes, he was very late.
Yeah.
And who was before that? That wasn't that big band. That's...
No, nobody saw Florence and the Machine.
Ah,
No.
shoot.
No, we
I'm
saw
sorry.
Dr. Ray. They were great.
Well, yeah.
Was
I
that a
mean,
couple years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
Why did anyone see Florence and the Machine?
We saw Walk the
The
Moon,
Machine?
Tegan and Sarah.
Machina.
But this year, I mean,
I
it
saw
just
Veruca
wasn't.
Salt at Bunbury.
Yeah. So they're. I mean, I think they get really.
Cage the Elephant.
It's a really
they get,
great.
I
They
love
get
Cage the
decent
Elephant.
names,
Fits
but
in
they're not
the
like
fits in
Who do
the
you
Coachella
want?
names.
Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Well, we're
I
not
want
in
Lady Gaga.
California. Give them time. It's only like 4 years in.
So,
Is Beyonce still? Did she cancel out on her show?
Beyonce.
In,
Yeah, because she's full of
Coachella?
babies.
Yeah.
Full of them.
Full of them.
She's having a
full of
litter.
babies. She has a. She's got her egg sack.
When
She
on
is
her
a
backs.
beautiful goddamn goddess, and I will fight anybody who has a problem.
She is a goddess, but
I don't know
heard
what-
she's so godlike that when she milks her baby, lemonade comes out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
she milks her babies.
She milks her baby.
I didn't. I
That's
think
the
I didn't.
goddess's new milk.
get up and milk the babies.
What are you
Look,
gonna say?
look, Beyonce, it's not that hard to perform with a pillow on you. Because we
Andy.
know they ain't yours.
Oh.
You know what? So
Has
what?
anybody seen Solange for the last couple months? Because I think she's incubating some Jay-Z.
Incubating?
Yeah,
babies.
Solange just did an art installation at the Guggenheim, and it was
Oh.
apparently really awesome. And she ain't pregnant.
I
Hmm.
saw the pillow fold Beyonce.
So that was the last baby. Why can't you believe that these are 2 real babies in there?
Wait, Beyonce doesn't have a real baby?
She had a baby.
Eats a
Did
boy.
his head pop off?
Have you not heard this controversy that
Uh,
is fake?
The
I'm-
10-year
The first
old.
Blue Ivy.
I've popped in and out of it, like, but I never really like settled in to understand the conspiracy.
Yeah.
It's just that people
the
think
look-
that it wasn't. She was
Is it because
pretending
her,
to be pregnant.
is it
and they had
because
a
her body
surrogate.
bounced back so quickly?
No, I think it was because there was this interview she did where she sat down and it like folded in on itself. Strangely. Listen,
Oh.
I don't care. I love Beyonce.
Heck yeah.
No, I can love her. I love her too, but
Yeah.
Do you know what? For Beyonce, it's all about the drama.
And
I
she
can
is
respect that.
dramatically, beautifully pregnant right now.
Mm-hmm.
Good
Her
for
body's
her.
too bootylicious for you, babe.
Mhm.
Not too bootylicious for me.
But she
Nope.
pays the
There's no such thing.
automobiles.
it's just enough bootylicious for you.
It's all, you know,
Oh.
it's perfect.
Ow.
Thanks for joining us, Freddie.
Freddie.
Yeah, I wanted to say, Patreon's going great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
How great is
Thank
it?
you.
It's so great that we are over halfway to our third goal, which is the goal that gets all of these beautiful people who you hear right now out on the road.
Out on the road.
Straight to your doorstep.
To
Yeah, we're
your
coming to
doorstep.
house.
We've had a lot of interesting requests for things to cover. I think one of the more interesting ones was the suggestion that we visit Stephen King country and
Ooh, I volunteer as tribute.
well, the good news is we have
You're
some.
not allowed to trespass.
We have friends up there
He
in
would
that
invite
area.
I want to
Yeah.
know, where in Florida does he live? Because he lives part of the year in Florida.
Doomakey.
Because if I'm already going to be in Disney World anyway,
That was quick. Good job.
I can
Yeah, thank you.
scoot on over to Doomakey.
Did anybody request
Take it on down to Doomakey.
Disney's D23 convention or San Diego's Comic-Con?
Because
No.
guess what? You're getting it anyway.
You're getting it anyways.
Toronto After Dark is something that is definitely on the agenda. Hopefully next
I've
year.
always
What's
wanted
that?
to see it during the day,
It's
though.
on too.
It sounds sexy.
It's a film festival, mostly fantasy and horror films, sci-fi. Also, the Toronto International Film Festival is one I'd really like
Yeah,
to
but
do.
you got to show these movies separately because they ain't good enough for them fancy ass white people up there.
Mhm.
Speaking of Disney, when are they going to buy Stephen King?
I know they're on it. Also, I know the Stanley is something a couple people have mentioned to me as something.
Do you
they'd
know
like
what would
us
be
to cover.
easy and really cool is the Waverly.
Waverly, yeah, it was a what was it considered, a sanitarium?
I don't know.
It's a tunnel.
Typhoid
yeah.
Mary lived there.
Do you remember the first look for a little bit of, since you mentioned episode 2 and you mentioned the Waverly? Remember we talked about doing that like
For-
first year.
Thousands of years.
Yeah, doing an overnight there.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what, Beezy? Give me a couple bucks for beer. I can go to Bobby Mackey's and hang
yeah,
out.
we can do Bobby Mackey's. We can do
Just
something
kidding. I
there.
can pay for my own beer.
Babby.
but-
Now, hopefully we can do some actual video content at these locations and that sort of thing. But anyways, you guys are making that possible.
Patreon is great.
Patreon.com/NOTLP. You also get, anyone who's a patron gets access to all of our extra content, which is NOTLP Origins, which is revisits of our original episodes. There's 2 up so far there. First one's free if you want to check that out.
I just, like, it's important, real quick, for me to explain that I hated myself. I hate myself for how control freaky I was. I just wanted you motherfucks to shut up.
Yeah.
And I would be real mean to you, but I feel like half and half is my fault and half is your fault. But
It's
God,
true.
I sounded like such an asshole.
0 of it is my fault. Episode 1.
No, you were good.
I know. Episode 1 was actually a pleasant surprise because I haven't listened to it ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe when we first recorded it. And I was like, oh, we were so dry and boring. And actually, we were pretty funny.
Yeah, the show
Don't
came
doubt
out with,
me. It was good.
It was born with hair, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know when a baby comes out with
you
hair?
can access our first 74 episodes, which are not on the internet. They're going to be released.
Yeah.
Night of the Comic.
Yeah, that's the new comic book
yeah.
show with Dave Scarecrow Evan Harrigan, who is an amazing artist. Jason Cretton, who is an amazing person.
He is.
And a comic book expert, even though he acts like he isn't. And me, I know nothing, but I'm learning from those guys.
I know not.
I know nothing.
How are you as a person?
I'm a terrible person.
That's
You're an
true.
awesome
Then
person.
there is we have a couple episodes of that show out. First episode was just kind of laying the groundwork. Second episode's about artist rights.
Oh,
which was
guest
really fun.
starring.
Guest starring Fozzie Bear
Foxy Bear.
Foxy Bear?
Foxy
on the
Bear.
second, and I feel like our second episode was pure gold. I want to go. Mwah.
Yeah.
It was really good. Those guys are funny. Then High Five Happy Hour's coming back
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Friday, right?
Next
Yes.
Friday, we're going to record it.
Next Friday, and then you mean like 6 days from now?
June 9th.
June 9th.
Oh, remember that movie?
Mhm.
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, I don't know where you can
Oh, I
find it
forgot
now.
about that.
It's one day before Amy gets to go see Paul Simon.
That's right. And we have
Polly Symes?
Polly Symes.
Higher Love with Mikey B.
Mhm.
Oh.
Have you been getting emails?
I have gotten a few emails.
All right,
me
good.
So,
Email MikeyB@notlp.com
business.
yes.
with your personal advice questions.
We're still working out the logistics of what that's going to look like, but
Yeah.
we'll get something out there soon.
Cool. And I feel like
Film
I'm
Mad
missing something.
Society.
Film Mad Society is back. Doing the same thing I did with Origins, where we go. I have a back catalog. We'll release that before we start recording new episodes, and hopefully build up that. But so far, the first episode was Shawshank Redemption with Kelly and me. Fun re-listen, by the way.
Yeah.
And you'll notice the sound quality on that show is so good because we were using like the really good microphones.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out how to bring that back into our lives. We use these broadcaster headsets like sportscasters
So
right
we can
now.
sit in chairs and be more comfortable.
It's just a lot more comfortable. And
Yeah.
then, but eventually, hopefully, maybe down the road, I can figure something out where we can put like
With booms?
broadcast arms, like attach them to
From
the
the
chairs or
ceiling.
from the ceiling or something.
From the ceiling.
But because
Oh,
you-
like that. Let's get ready to rumble guy. I
yeah,
love that.
well,
we
I
could
know
just get booms and put one next to each.
that's what I was gonna.
chair.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys want to draw up some plans real quick?
Well, I was
right
gonna
now?
do the arms so you can't hear because one of the things I don't like about these, you can kind of hear the headsets
Shut up.
move. a
Can
little
we
bit.
construct
No.
like a framework, a
framework.
scaffolding,
like what they kept Hannibal Lecter in?
Yeah.
Like a glass cage,
or like what people climb up on concerts and then fall off of?
or like in the Cold Hearted Snake video.
Fall
All
off
right, are
of.
we done here?
So
Patreon, if you're a
Yeah.
supporter already, thank you. If you're thinking about it, I encourage you. I just really want to earn the money that you've given us, and so I hope we're doing okay.
That's right. And hang around for the end of the show. We'll read off a list of our Beelzebubs, which are our new producers, Ms. New
Yeah.
Booties, so to
Ms. New
speak.
Yeah, Miss New Booties.
Ms. New Wooties. Like,
You guys have devils set aside for all of us.
Yeah.
That's Queen.
You're good.
Everybody just blanked out for a second.
I was just listening real hard.
Were you bending over real hard? Amy just bent over real hard.
That's an inside joke from not recording.
Yeah.
It's a. Do we say something about all this shit going down in the UK right now? It's awful.
It's heartbreaking.
It's awful.
Say something.
I hope
Say
that you stay
something.
safe.
Yeah, I don't think. I just feel like you guys just don't turn into assholes. Don't turn into what we're dealing with right now. Just
Don't
like,
elect a.
You're saying don't let this harden your heart?
yeah, don't be that way. I don't think you
Yeah.
would be, but I don't want that to happen.
Don't elect Donald Trump as your prime minister.
God.
And what I'm saying that because I feel like he might try to also
He might
become your
try.
prime minister.
It's possible. Who knows?
In tandem with being our president.
Because he wants everybody to be afraid and to be, he wants you all to just put yourselves first before any other human being. And he's a big piece of shit. And I honestly hope he dies soon. That would be like ideal. And I don't care if people heard me say that. I really don't. Just go away, Donald Trump. Just
You
go
can
away.
hope for people to die.
Never darken my doorstep ever again, you piece of garbage, you fucking lump of shit. You piece of fucking excrement full of death. I hate
Worms.
Okay, now let's spend.
Wormy shit.
Let's swing back to the positive.
you. Okay.
Swing it
So
back.
my feet smell like really high quality cheese.
Oh,
Like
When
top
Amy's
shelf.
gonna get that call from the
bring it on, Secret Service.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you right now, my mom has said worse, and we'll come for you. We'll come for you, me and my mom. You just pile of like, you know that stuff that like sometimes is between your toes when you've been walking a lot on a hot day.
What
Yeah.
about that
That's what
stuff?
you are, you
and maybe-
small-dicked motherfucker.
jam?
What about the stuff you might not know
And
about
Earl.
this?
From under cheese.
What about the stuff like that gets between your leg creases?
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of almost like a jelly.
Oh
if you
my
let it
God.
go too long.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah, it's like that.
Whatever sort of skim was floating on top of the hot tub at the camping weekend.
And you know what's worse? What's worse than fucking Donald Trump are
Skeet.
these people that are proud to have him as their president. You are worse because you're a fucking idiot. You're stupid.
How do you really feel? Coming soon, Amy's Politics Corner.
It's just me going,
politics cast.
Yeah.
You pieces of shit garbage, motherfuckers.
I'm only gonna say one thing because
yeah,
I'm
done.
politically
I'm
stupid.
done.
But there's one thing I keep hearing,
Mhm.
and then we can move on.
Voices.
Last This one thing I keep hearing. It's like the people I think who like voted Trump and now are like, whoops.
Mhm.
But they say we have to come together. Like this is what we have. We have to come together as a country. And that's a very nice like phrase, and I appreciate what you're saying. But what does that mean?
Does that mean I have to hold
No,
hands
it
with
means-
somebody who's a racist
It means that they want
and
to
a
shut up.
homophobe
Like
and a climate change denier?
See, I think that it depends on.
I gotta
like,
respect your opinion.
I think that it sometimes can come though as a window that I've been hearing a lot of call of action, like we have to come together to, if we're not happy, then we have to stop permitting these things to happen. I guess when I hear
Kelly-
come together, I feel more like it's going to
Call
take
for resistance.
or more of us to stand up and say no, I'm not okay with that.
Yeah.
I wish that was what I was hearing.
Okay,
I'm not saying that's not being said.
right.
The thing I mean is like I just hear it because it's always from the other side, and they're not people who are like, oh, I love Trump, but it's just like instead of us like, and at its base, it is that we like there is this division that do you remember my conspiracy theory?
Oh my god.
What was that?
Okay, this is the truth.
Yeah.
It's not, but
you
it's
were you were pretty inebriated.
it's my theory.
But let's.
Oh, was this from
When I heard
camp?
this,
Yeah,
Oh, you guys, we went camping last weekend.
that's why
yeah.
there was no show.
It was really great.
I stayed fucked up the whole
You
time.
sure did.
But in a gentler way than usual.
Yeah?
It was
Yeah,
like even.
It was.
It was very even. So I think
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
that this administration is trying to cause us to divide so violently that it almost becomes like an unofficial civil war where there's like rioting in the streets between the two sides,
Mhm.
you know, and so that if, at a certain point they can declare martial law. And then it's very hard to get out of that once they declare martial law, and then they just have all the control.
I fucking dare you, you
Marshall.
motherfucks. But just here's the shit. Like, we leave for camping. The Manchester attack had happened. We have no Wi-Fi, no signal for the vast majority of those 4 days we camped. Come back, the Portland stabbing. It's like, and then I wake up 2 days. Yeah. Well, then I wake up a couple days later. Oh, everybody's dying in London. It's like, I can't live in this world anymore, and I don't want to live in it the way these motherfucks want to live in it, which is where I just am mean to brown people. I don't want to do that. That's bad and that's wrong too. I want to be loving and open-minded and everything, but I also want to stab all these fucking white people from West Virginia that are fucking my life up. So what do I do? Stab the white people?
Do you feel though that there are more people? I know I hear a lot of like we're dividing more violently than we ever have before, but at the same time, I feel like more and more people are just from both sides are going, no, this isn't
Right.
okay. This isn't.
You might be right.
I just think that we have to be very careful because with the way that our media wants us to be divided, because that makes people get passionate and then they can run to Fox News or CNN or MSN. The divisiveness is what causes those channels to go up.
Plus martial law.
And I wonder that sometimes what we're not seeing is that regardless of Republican, Democrat, liberal, libertarian, or whatever, more and more people are coming together to say this is not okay. And I think that's something to be celebrated, and that's something for us to invest our energy to beyond party lines.
Then I will do that.
And beyond white, black, beyond awoke, not awoke, beyond all of that is to come together and say, okay, you know what? You and I can both agree, regardless of whether or not where we think our tax dollars should go or where our taxes are coming out. We can both agree this is to stop this insanity. This is bullshit.
I'm
It's got to
willing
stop.
to agree to disagree on tax dollars. I'm not willing to agree to disagree on human rights.
Absolutely, and I think that's a great thing because you know what? As far as I cannot like go insane about where my tax dollars are going.
You want to be fiscally conservative. Be fiscally conservative. I don't care about that.
That's okay with me. Like I think that's what makes that stuff is a healthy thing for there to be debate and decision and all that great political system for. I think that what we're coming to more and more and people I'm starting to see and I'm getting excited about is this idea of we've got to come together and go, this is not okay. You know, there are, whatever you think about Trump, some of the decisions that he's making are not okay, regardless if you have humanity, period. Not okay. So, like, I'm kind of excited about that part because I'm hearing more and more voices coming out on saying, regardless of what side I lay on, not okay. And now I think we have to figure out beyond our media, because I don't know that we have really good channels with a 24-hour system. Not to get too political here.
No,
but
we don't. That's
with our
really
media,
fucked us
I
up.
think that we have to figure out how to get beyond that and start getting back to, on a ground level, how do we connect beyond partisan lines and beyond all that other garbage to say, no, not okay, so what do we need to do to next step?
Yeah.
I think that's exciting. I think that's something to celebrate, put our energy into.
Can we put, okay, I just thought of this. Martial Law.
Martial
Okay.
law?
Starring Leslie Jones
Oh.
as a no-nonsense lawyer trying to navigate her like career and family.
I
and
prefer
love
her as a
life.
judge.
Okay, she's a judge trying to
Even better.
navigate.
There it is.
Isn't it too bad that Marsha Warfield isn't alive anymore?
Okay,
She could play her mother.
Oh my God.
if it's martial law, like can like the little
Marsha.
like gimmick of the show always
Yeah.
be that she throws a football in the bad person's face and breaks their nose.
Oh, like an homage.
Marsha,
Yes.
Marsha, Marsha!
Martial law.
I find you guilty, and then she just chucks a football at somebody's face.
Yeah,
Or her gavel.
absolutely.
Because you don't want to rip it off too hard. Like, you want it to be
Right.
a nice, like, nod.
It could be like the Judge Judy thing where, like did you know that in Judge Judy, this is what I've heard, so I don't know if I've not fact checked this or not, but part of agreeing on going on that is the show's actually paying all of the
Yes.
fees
Yes.
for that. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
All
So maybe on
this.
martial law, Leslie Jones,
Yeah.
you agree that once it's over, the bad person
Oh,
just
so
gets
the-
a football
So the
smack in
person who
face.
loses doesn't have to pay anything?
No.
No.
But it's sort of like winning a game show. It's like you're going on there to win your money.
Mhm.
Right.
Like, you...
It will come out of your fee though if the judgment's against you. It
That
comes
is
out of your
probably
fee.
why so many of those have countersuits. Because
Yeah.
somebody's trying to win
Yeah.
some money
So
on Judge
regardless
Judy.
if you go on the show, you get money, right?
That's why some of the
No, I don't
plaintiffs
know that
get
you-
confused and they sue for $1.
Unless your entire judgment goes against you
Yeah.
and your entire fee. It's a small claims court though, so there's a limit on the
$500 or something.
on
No,
the,
I think it's 5,000.
$5,000.
So that's why all these dumb people agree to go on
well,
Judge Judy,
duh.
right?
Yeah, there's a whole system that they
Yeah.
like go through finding like these cases that might be interested for the court, and then someone will reach out and contact them and say, hey, we will pay all of your fees, fly you out here.
Wasn't somebody in our neighborhood on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody I worked
Years-
with at the Enquirer was
Over
on it.
a dog theft auto. Grand theft dog.
Grand
The dog
Grand
stole
Theft
a
Auto.
car?
The dog was stolen
Can I
by
tell you
another
something?
neighbor.
Buy another dog.
Our
Yeah.
neighbor that's a few houses down has this beautiful, awesome, very nice pit bull. And
blue.
apparently it's
Arrgh.
blue. It's gorgeous. And it got out yesterday.
Is it like navy blue?
You ever seen a
No.
blue pit bull?
like a silvery
No.
blue?
Like
it's really-
silvery
It's
blue?
like pretty.
Grayish.
Yeah,
grayish.
they're real pretty.
So
I was hoping
I'm
it's like
in-
a sky blue.
I'm in my backyard
Yeah,
just hanging
kinda
out,
is.
enjoying the sun with the dogs, and I see the dog. I just kind of look up and I see it staring at me from the other side of the fence. And I'm like, oh, hey. And neither Millie or Elsa saw it, so everything was cool. And I walk around front because it ran away. And I'm like,
Yeah.
where's it going? I'm going to make sure it gets home.
Yeah.
So I go around front and I can see the dog shitting in my front yard. Its owners are watching it shit in my yard going, come here, come here. And then the dog runs away after it's done shitting, and then they just like go in their house. Your dog shit in my yard. Come pick up the fucking shit.
I hope they're listening right now.
They never came over and picked up the shit.
And Leslie
Now,
Jones
neither
is
did
going
I.
to throw a football in their nose.
Yes!
Martial law.
Did they see you watching them?
Yes!
Can you...
And they still didn't pick it up?
No!
Here's my
That's
question for you.
bold.
I know.
It's bullshit.
Can you pick up... Here's my question for
Pit
you.
bullshit.
And I don't know if this is possible. I don't know if this is something
Can I
that...
pick it up and throw it at their house?
Well, all right, you ruined it.
Oh!
Spoiler alert.
I mean, anything is possible.
It's possible.
Maybe it's because you're so predictable, Kelly.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Okay, here's what you have to think every time Kelly opens his mouth. It's just like, what would somebody who has no filter and no cares do?
Just assume that
Throw shit at somebody's house.
Just assume the answer is always throw shit at his house. It's like, what if Tanner's dad kept yelling at Tanner?
Oh, God, I
Dad.
gotta keep remembering. I recorded
Yeah.
Tanner's
you recorded
dad.
Tanner's dad?
Hold on.
All right, do you have
All right,
that?
listeners, this is just for a second. This is just a treat for you.
Ooh.
This is just a real quick treat.
Assuming Kelly was really struggling to get his phone out of his pants. This is a treat. For a minute there, I thought it was going to be a different treat.
You know what the
as much as
funniest-
he was
you know what the
fiddling with his
funniest thing
drawers.
is? Tanner's dad is a Beelzebub now.
Oh,
No,
he's
wouldn't it be
Patreon.
something? It
Let's
just
see.
says
He's a
Tanner's dad.
Patreon.
Let's see if this is it.
He's like, pull up, Andy, pull up.
Where's my volume?
I don't know.
Wait a second. Give it a second, listeners. Give it a second.
Okay.
Sounds like a nice day.
All right, this one's weak. Let me go to the next one.
Yeah. Is there orange slices involved at any point?
This better be worth it, Kelly.
Hold on now.
I want to hear the full Tanner's dad.
Do you remember that time we were at the Cyclones game and I got a recording of the guy going, barbecue?
Yeah. Do you remember that?
Do you remember?
Do you remember?
Back up, team, crash in!
Liam, get back!
Oh, he just want an ice cream.
Anyway,
Kid's freaking out about his ice cream.
I'll edit this.
Was that you, Kelly, freaking out about ice cream?
I heard somebody like, can you want to get ice cream
It's
later?
Kelly.
Anyway, that was Tanner's dad for a second.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys.
That was not as intense as I
hold
thought
on,
it was
but
going to be.
but that was just one. Like, there's like a whole
Just
bunch
enough.
of it.
Yeah.
I'm going to edit it all together. I'm going to cut out all the nice bird chirping
Yeah.
Yeah.
so that you can really hear just like the constant.
Actually-
Tanner's dad remix.
Can you give me just the birds chirping and on a loop so I can go to bed to that at night?
Yeah, and I'll do that. That'll be
Okay.
the byproduct.
Cool. All right, are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
All right,
Andy's
Austin.
show. Are we ready?
Born
Andy.
ready.
Hello, boys and girls. It's time for Straight-to-Video Russian Roulette.
Amy.
All right, y'all.
I got a coffin.
I've
Yeah?
never seen Kelly so excited about anything in his life.
You can thank
whole
Aaron
life.
for that.
This is fucking badass.
He saw a little coffin on the coffee table. The coffin,
coffin
table.
table.
Well, it's not the coffin table anymore.
Yeah.
And Kelly was like, "Is that a coffin?"
All right,
It was
kiddos.
so
I'm
adorable.
very
Andy
excited.
did a thing.
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I got shot last week.
Oh, shit, I'm good.
I'm doing fine.
No, you're
They
not.
got the they got the bullet out.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
They got the mustard out.
They got harmonized.
Mhm.
I'm up here, you're down here.
Are you singing next to Lydian scales?
singing low.
All right,
So
Andy, what was
I
it?
had to watch Viral. It's about a virus. No, it's
Oh.
about a parasite. Are
Which is it?
Are parasites viral?
No. Did
I don't know.
you know
Or are they just infectious?
they're just infectious? Did you know that concentrated oregano is a good antiviral?
Oregano.
I like the way you pronounce it Japanese style.
It will break through the cellular wall of the virus.
So this was
Oregano?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah,
so
it's
this
good
That,
was
for sore
those
throats,
essential
too.
oils
Yep.
that they have.
so this was misnamed, right? Because parasites are they
Tell me
viral?
more, and I'll let you know.
There's no one in this room qualified to answer your
Yeah.
question.
Well, I think it's a virus is one kind of organism. A parasite is another kind of organism.
So it
that
should just
right?
be called parasite then, right?
Tell me
could have a
more, and I'll let
parasitic
you
infection.
know.
You could have a
Parasital?
viral
Okay.
infection.
Although
Um,
maybe
I think
maybe a virus can be a parasite.
Here we go. Here we go.
Stab.
The definition of viral. What? That's vitality. That's not what we want.
That's virility.
Define
Dick Vitale?
viral. No, I can't type.
Anyway, so it's about these teenage girls. Just a virus breaks out and it spreads.
Of the nature of, caused by, or relating to a virus or viruses, relating to or involving an image, video, piece of information, etc., that is circulated rapidly and widely on one internet user to another.
I swear to God.
That's the new definition for viral.
hmm
You know I'm coming for you with my knives.
Viral infections
my
cannot
knives.
be treated with antibiotics.
With my knives.
Oh, viral infections include herpes, chickenpox, hepatitis, influenza, and the common cold.
The common cold, but not the uncommon cold.
All right, they're raping everybody.
That's a throwback, huh?
Yeah.
Amy's pounding her chair.
Mhm.
It's it's about more about the outbreak than the actual virus, I guess. Do you guys prefer outbreak movies when I mean like movies like that start out at the outbreak or after?
I like the beginning stages.
I love the beginning
Yeah.
stages.
It's more interesting, I think.
Can we halt this for one moment? Just for
Yeah.
one moment.
Well, it didn't stop us earlier.
this is I was so excited for Fear the Walking Dead because it takes place at the beginning, but then they fucked it up because, and I understand why. I feel like it's hard to make an action show out of the beginning stages of a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
So like they basically like rushed through all that and just put them in the place of the original Walking Dead real fast.
Yeah.
And I was disappointed.
So it's like The Walking Dead like 6 months ago, behind the original cast or something.
It just feels like they caught up to where they are.
Then you have two of the same series just set in different locales.
Yeah.
When really they had the opportunity of showing like a more dragged out version of the beginning stages of what was going on.
Yeah, it's always my favorite part in any zombie fiction. And they and like the people on Fear the Walking Dead seem to like learn the rules of like just living for yourself like so much faster than the people in the actual Walking Dead that takes place much later. I don't know about much later, but several months at least later.
Yeah. However long Rick was asleep.
Yeah.
I also prefer Outbreak right at the onset.
Yeah.
I found this scarier because you don't know what's going on.
Well, yeah.
I liked what was the one? Land of the Dead? No. What was the one before
That's
that?
definitely not the one you liked.
Day of the Dead?
I liked the one where it's like a couple years after. I like that too.
Dawn of the Dead?
Dawn of the Dead? After where they're in the mall?
No. There was the one where it was.
It
wasn't a great movie. I'm not saying.
Was it part of the Romero movie?
Yeah, where they were in the buildings and there was.
That's Land of the Dead.
That's all of them.
They're all in buildings.
No,
yeah,
but
they're all in buildings.
Like they had kind of figured out a society again a little bit.
Yeah, it's Land of the Dead.
Yeah, not a great movie, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Although,
but I am intrigued by that too.
You revisit that movie after watching Diary of the Dead, and it looks like a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah. Well, no, I like maybe like 10 years later.
Yeah.
And I like Outbreak. Anyway, Andy.
Yeah. So these are high school girls, and just a parasite breaks out. It's one of those things where like they cough in your face and you get the virus, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty standard like.
And then a xenomorph breaks out of your chest.
Yeah.
It's pretty standard, but the thing about this movie that I was most intrigued by was the actress that's in it. It's Annalee Tipton.
Yeah.
She was on America's Next Top Model one time.
Oh yeah. No way. Did she win?
Annalee or Annalise?
Annalee.
Okay. Because
she placed maybe 4th. And most of my reviews can be more about a rant about America's Next Top Model.
Okay.
Weren't they on the same season, Annalee and Annalise?
Which one was Annalise?
She was one of them.
Viola Davis from.
Does this help, Kelly, this picture?
Viola Davis was on America's Next Top Model?
No, she was on.
Oh, no, I don't remember what they look like. I just remember their
names
names because they were similar.
I gotcha.
And I would get confused.
But yeah, the movie is pretty standard. It's more about the relationship between the sisters and how they deal with the outbreak because one of them gets infected and they try to contain it. There are scenes that are pretty interesting because just because I like that when the virus breaks out and how society and other people deal with it. That's pretty interesting, but it's pretty standard. But like I'm gonna go back to America. I recommend it. It's only an hour and 25 minutes, which is good.
Bless.
Oh, nice.
The shorter the movie, the shorter your movie is, the better your review is going to be for me, at least.
Seriously,
this movie was 6 minutes long, Oscar worthy.
The best one I've ever seen. Not as good as 30-second movie, but.
All right, what do you got for us about Tyra's show?
I used to really like it because it used to be more about actually modeling and less about putting these girls in extreme situations to get a good picture.
Right.
Like before, it was just like, oh, you're in a field, you're taking a pretty picture. But then it morphed into like, oh, you're underwater, take a good picture. You're skydiving, take a good picture.
You're covered in cockroaches and vomit.
Like one cockroach is fine, but when they like douse them with stuff and they still expect them to take a pretty picture or dangle them.
Do they do that?
Yeah.
You take a pretty picture.
And they have to make it back to the elevator in 20 seconds?
You have to take a picture in 5 minutes. So at first, it actually was a show about finding a good model, but then it became a standard reality show where they don't care about the contestants after the show. It was more about just developing drama and like showing these girls and how they can't take a good picture in this situation. Like, as a model, you should be able to take a good picture in any situation.
Have any of them gone on to have a real career?
There are a couple models that actually have gone to like careers in high fashion and commercial. That's another rant I can go on about high fashion versus commercial. But
Countess
it is
Luann,
the Andy Show.
Countess Luann from not Beverly Hills, New York, Real Housewives of New York, was a commercial model.
Yeah, she doesn't have like a high fashion face, right? It's very approachable beauty. That's
She's
commercial.
Relatable.
So
TV ugly.
Yeah, but then like I said, like the picture, it started off as like just take a pretty picture and not the extreme situations.
Yeah.
But then it became more about Tyra and more about her, and she always put herself in the situation. Was like, when I did this, I still pulled myself up together and I did the job. And it became more about how she's awesome, and as opposed to what developing these girls into models.
I don't know Tyra from Adam. Listen, I don't know her. But she does seem like she's a narcissist.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
A narcissistic fashion model?
And she,
what kind of a world are we living in now?
When I turn my Xbox on to play with the new, don't forget to talk
Friday
about
the 13th, the game. We have to talk about that at some point. We can wait until after the main attraction.
But when I turned it on, America's Got Talent, is that the show? The new one?
Yeah.
She hosts it now.
Yeah, she's one of the judges.
Who does?
No, she's the host.
She's the host. They got rid of Nick Cannon?
Nick Cannon is gone.
Who's the host?
Tyra! Freddie, what the fuck do you think we're talking about?
I thought you were talking about one of these other dozen people you were talking about.
Freddie Morris.
And
calm your fucking tits.
I have not watched America's Top Model or seen any other shows with her on it, but she seemed really nice, which is kind of in conflict with what
Is she the Paula Abdul of the...
Well, she's just really encouraging to the people who are performing.
Do you think that maybe America's Top Model, they are trying to make her into like a Simon Cowell type of character?
No, she has several judges on the show.
But she has producers that are pushing things a certain way.
But
everyone does.
Speaking of narcissism, there's like one time she took classes at Harvard, and the next cycle it was about college girls. And she always talked about, well, when I was in college
at Harvard.
Yeah.
Well, people who go to Harvard don't show.
Speaking of America's Got Talent, Puddles the clown was just on there. Puddles Pity Party. He's great. If you don't know who he is, check him out.
I don't know how that show works.
So Andy recommends Viral.
Yes.
All right.
But I do not recommend later seasons of America's Next Top Model. Go up to like maybe cycle 9.
Okay.
And then that's when it kind of starts breaking off for me.
Yeah. Is Tyra smizing? Is that where that came from?
Yeah.
You know who does a hell of a smize?
Who?
Schmiegel?
Your co-host Kelly Combrink.
Yeah.
Oh, you smized for me when we were camping.
Do it for me now.
I thought it was good. Yeah, you ready?
Uh-huh.
Everybody look at me now.
I'm looking at you now.
All right. It is a bit of a smize.
I don't understand. What am I looking for?
You're smiling with your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
smize?
just your
Okay. Here's how you smize.
I wish you could see this. Hold on, I gotta do this. I'll put this on our Instagram.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how to smize.
I'm smizing right now.
Hold on, wait. There'll be time.
Take the picture.
Hold on.
You can take a picture while we talk.
You guys can talk.
All right, Andy.
Jesus. Okay, smile.
Kelly is gonna smile.
And then get rid of your smile, and you're supposed to keep your eyes the same way how it was when you're smiling.
Okay, and then Andy is gonna smize.
Oh no.
Andy, are you smizing?
You are not getting me. I have not showered today. You
That's
may
a
not
smize,
take a picture of me.
I'm not good at smizing. That's why I would be eliminated first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anybody else want to smize before I put this up? You want to smize?
I'll smize.
He can't not smile. Look at him.
Mike is smizing.
This is so
I'll go
stupid.
head to head with Tyra fucking Banks in a
All right,
competition for
good enough.
smizing. Yeah, I will.
The problem is you're too commercial.
I feel like
you're not that's
I'm not editorial enough.
Can I go my high fashion versus commercial rant?
Sure.
They always
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
In the true world of fashion, is most of the times you're either or.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you transition from do both. I mean.
Yeah.
Do I spell smizing with an S?
Like the day of the
No,
supermodel is over,
Z.
and Tyra still thinks it's the '90s, where like the commercial girls also did high fashion.
Yeah.
There is a separation now where you're either high fashion or you're commercial.
What is Kendall Jenner?
She is a commercial girl, but high fashion is kind of morphing too, because they realized that they're draws.
What is Gigi Hadid?
She's both.
Uh-huh.
The supermodels are kind of coming back.
Yeah.
Who's editorial?
Editorial? You wouldn't know their names. I can shout out names to you.
That
but you wouldn't
one.
know them. Yeah.
You know that one.
But like she always says you need to be both. But it is so rare
Get you a man
to be that could be both.
that can do
Oh, here's a
both.
question. Is it smizing like you spell the word I?
No.
It's just
It's
S-M-I-Z-I-N-G?
Smile, yeah.
Oh.
But it's
They
very
missed an opportunity there because it's your eyes.
But it's very disingenuous of Tyra to say like they have commercial shoots and high fashion shoots on the show.
Mhm.
But it's very disingenuous of Tyra to expect these girls to do both because it is so rare for them
Okay.
to do both.
Uh-huh.
And also, it's hard to find a true top model on the show
Sure.
because
They're all bottoms.
legally, legally you can't be on the show till you're 18.
Right.
And most girls that get into fashion,
14 and 15.
they start at 14 and 15.
Because they ain't got no titties then.
Yeah.
Or hips.
Because they
And
got
you're
them.
not supposed to have hips or titties. Because that's supposed to be better.
The fashion sizing, like the
You're
sample
supposed to,
sizes
you're
are
supposed
like
to be,
0.
Yeah, you have to be the width and breadth of a hanger.
Yeah.
Because that's all you are.
So, like I said, there are girls that actually have made it, but they made it in spite of the show and not because of it.
Right.
And
No.
and Annalie made it like she was too short to be like a really top model, but she had a very commercial look,
Right.
and I think she got on the show more for like exposure than
Speaking of
being a model.
exposure. And we did Mike's showing a picture that we took from camping of Andy luxuriating at
From
the pool like
Andy's
a goddamn
modeling
hooker.
agency.
There's a model that just followed us on
yeah?
Instagram, and would you say that she's got the commercial look or the high fashion look?
Can we stop talking about things that
She's-
listeners can't see?
She's got
I
a
know.
look.
Well, I don't want listeners to see this
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
It's a look.
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot some people. I have a
Wait,
gun.
I missed it. Where'd it go?
here,
Oh
give me
wait, is this the chance for the magic to keep happening? The matching,
maybe.
matching.
It
So
might.
far, we're 3 for 3,
3
right?
for 3.
a model. Don't
Okay.
say anything.
3 for 3, meaning 3 people who have gotten Russian roulettes.
That picked
It's
the movie
been their
too.
yes, been their.
So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Mike may have just jinxed it.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry,
You're the worst.
Why was that a secret?
I'm the worst.
Because we're not gonna say somebody's name if they look silly.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't want to publicly shame people. I want to privately shame
right.
them amongst the 5 of us.
Movie gun, movie bullet. Let's see who's gonna watch this movie
Yeah.
next week. Mikey B's up first. Eat it. Come on. You're dead.
Wow, that
What?
was easy.
You jinxed it.
You did. You jinxed
Fucking
it.
jinxed it.
I don't
I'm
mind.
Sorry.
You goddamn monster.
Oh.
All right, you're gonna hate this, but it looked like fun.
Oh no.
No, actually, you're the good person to get this because you have an open heart. Okay. It's on Amazon Video, Prime Video. And it's called Swamp Ape.
oh, I'd love to watch Swamp
I know.
Swamp
It's better than when I have swamp ass.
Right?
Mhm.
All right. 2017 independent horror slasher about a group of college researchers
Hmm.
who go camping deep into the Florida Everglades.
Deep.
While entertaining forbidden Native American... What? I said that wrong. While entering forbidden Native American territory against being advised not to. This is the worst.
Does that mean Native Americans
Who
are
wrote
forbidden?
this? The group encounters the swamp ape, aka the skunk ape, or Bigfoot of the southern states.
You know what? The guy who directed this is known for
He is a swamp-
1313 Hercules Unbound.
Ooh.
It's not
Is Dicoto?
Is it David?
No, he's the guy
He was
who
in the movie.
who directed this movie.
Was in-
starred in 1313.
Someone
Also,
starred in a 13. They considered
Hercules.
someone to be a star of one of those.
Well, you know what I mean.
No, I know which. No, I'm saying. I feel like
Yeah.
even saying, like, I know that in almost anything you can say they starred in it,
Jeff Ward
but I feel like it has to be a
Yeah.
movie
Was
for you to star
Hercules.
in it.
Do you want to know something else funny? We were watching Silicon Valley the other night, and the Blood Boy, he was in 1313. I forget which one, but he was in one of them. Mike, you're gonna be happy to hear that Swamp Ape. You're gonna love this too, Andy. It's 58 minutes long.
Yes.
Perfect.
Does that qualify as a movie?
It's an Oscar-nominated movie
Yes.
now.
Yes. It's winning all of the awards.
I'm sorry, I really want to watch it too.
Toronto After Dark.
Sometimes I love dumb shit. Do you want to watch Bone Cave again?
I want to go to the Bone Cave.
The Bone Cave.
Mm-mm. Swamp Ape.
Swamp Ape.
Oh yeah, Bone Cave. Ooh, that's bad.
Did you explain what Bone Cave was?
No, I didn't.
It's a horror film that was shot in Hocking Hills, which is where we were just camping.
Yeah.
So Fozzie bought it and brought it to camp.
Yeah.
And I was too tired. I fell asleep. I didn't get to watch it.
I didn't watch it either.
Who watched it?
I
We have
watched
it.
about 30%, 40%. I don't know.
It's a
how
decent
long.
percentage.
Yeah,
Did you see
I watched
any of it, Andy?
a good amount of
No.
it and was falling asleep.
Kelly, did you see any of it?
No.
I
It
have
was-
it.
It was
So-
super bad.
I
It
think
lives in
I'm
my house
I
now.
think I'm over just watching bad movies.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I like dumb shit that's like an hour and a half long.
This felt like a elevator challenge. Had we
Elevator.
been given 5,
I think we're good.
Are
Yeah.
we
Good.
back?
We had a technical difficulty.
Minor technical difficulties.
It was real weird, whatever it was.
Difficulties.
Yeah, the difficulty was that Kelly said he wanted to grate Freddy's feet over a plate of pasta.
Well, I
Sounds
asked
like
if we
cheese.
could.
Pasta fagioli.
All right, so
Feet sholi.
His reasoning was like it looks and smells like cheese, so why can't it be cheese?
Probably is.
Swamp Ape looks great.
Mike's gonna watch Swamp Ape next week. Whatever. Nobody cares.
I'm
All right,
sorry.
we'll be right
Jinxed
back.
Oh yeah, it
everything.
does
I'm
look. That
getting
girl's
what I
titties are
deserved.
out. It looks like they filmed it
Okay.
on a phone.
All right, we'll be back.
Reason for her is pussy.
This week's main attraction is from 2009, Mother AKA Madeo, directed by Joon Ho Bong, who you probably know from The Host, and he wrote Snowpiercer.
Oh, that I did not know. I mean, the host I knew.
How do you pronounce it? Okja?
Snowpiercer?
No. This is
Oh.
something different.
Yeah, he also directed Snowpiercer. I didn't
Is
know
that how do you pronounce Okja?
Is that new
Ja-
movie?
Yeah, it's
The
new.
new pig movie.
Dan Harmon was just on Twitter the other day extolling its virtues.
Oh,
just-
it's his new movie?
Yeah, it just debuted at Cannes. Cannes?
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 Can.
Oh, Mikey B.
Oh,
Zawo.
Fire!
Also, I was going to say something and I forgot.
Oh,
what
that looks great. It
was.
looks like the Neverending Story.
Okay, so what do you got?
It's a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was Andy's pick. Andy, you said this is the kind of movie you would enjoy with your mother? Is that what you
it's
said?
not. Okay, here's the thing about my mom.
Yeah.
We didn't have that movie growing up thing like you guys did.
Yeah.
She never really shaped my pop culture life. We never watched movies growing up together.
Yeah.
But it just reminded me of her
Yeah.
and the extent of a mother's love and
Yeah.
how far a mother would go for her son and her child.
Yeah, this is like a murder mystery,
Yeah.
and she's trying to clear her son.
Yeah. But I want to just say something about my mom. She didn't shape my pop culture tastes.
Yeah.
But there were. I was just thinking about the other day. There were ways that she did shape my life in weird ways. You know how I sleep when I fall asleep on a bus or
With
a
your
car?
mouth
Yeah.
wide fucking open?
She did the exact same thing.
Did she?
Oh.
I come back from being the dentist and she'd be there mouth wide open.
With mouth wide open.
She was the inspiration for that song actually.
Yeah.
And they changed the lyrics and screwed
We
her
are
out of
all our
royalties.
mothers,
Yeah.
whether we like it or not.
Yeah. And I don't think she had the drool rolling down her face
No,
like
no,
I
Drew.
did. Yeah. And she was very crafty,
Yeah.
like I was. I remember the day before my brother's wedding. She was up all night sewing beads onto her shawl to make it a little sparkly,
Yeah.
and just remind me of that time when we drove down to Florida,
Mm-hmm.
and I was
Yeah.
still sewing my
Your 3PO costume?
my gold lame C-3PO costume.
Your gold lame shorts.
Yes.
Because it's Florida.
Yeah.
It's
You're
hot.
like, boy, I'm going to blast some farts into
Yeah.
these later.
C3PO.
And you did!
Yes.
Your mom would've been so proud.
C3PU is more like it.
And I think I got my shadiness from her.
Oh,
really?
Was
Do
your mom a
tell.
shady
I wanna
queen?
hear
There's
about this.
there's a story about this lady, her and her friends used to talk about.
Yeah.
They called her Double Four.
Why they call her
Oh.
double four?
Because what's double four?
4x4? Is that
No,
fatty?
two,
Fatty, fatty?
It's,
Eight?
it's 8.
It's 2.
Double 4.
It's 8.
It's
She ate
2 if
everything?
you go
Okay.
backwards.
Yeah.
Backward.
'Cause she ate
Okay,
everything?
8 in Chinese, in Cantonese, is bot.
Yeah.
And bot is another word for being like a diva or tacky or just over the top. So their code word for this lady was double 4.
I love how deep this
Ooh.
ran. That's like fucking. You need
Your
like
mom was a
Benedict
shady
Cumberbatch
lady.
to come in and
Yeah.
decode that.
So as opposed to just calling her bot to her face, they called her double 4.
To her face.
Not to her face,
Oh,
but behind
okay.
her back.
Yeah.
In case she was listening.
Yeah, and it's just a fun nickname too.
Yeah, double 4 is pretty good. I'm gonna have to find somebody to call double 4 now.
And you know how I always tell you that story about why dogs have wet noses?
Oh yeah, what was it again?
It's because on Noah's Ark
Yeah,
there
they
was a
plugged
leak.
the leak.
So the dog plugged the leak up with his nose.
Yeah.
So ever since then, God made all dogs' noses to be wet as a reminder of what they did on the Ark.
That's so sweet.
And my mother also had like a similar story about the Chinese zodiac,
Yeah.
about rats.
Yeah.
Because some people don't want their children to be rats, to be born the year of the rat, because they think rats are like slick and like shisty.
Yeah.
But the story she told us is like it can also be a positive that your child's a rat, because she told us a story about the emperor of China thousands of years ago. He had a contest of all the animals in the zodiac, like he had to race to my palace. The first one to get there would be the most favored of all the animals, and and the first one was the ox, because he's slow and steady.
Was this the tortoise and the hare
Yeah.
Chinese style?
Something like that.
Gotcha.
But the ox didn't know that the rat jumped in the ox's fur, and at the last second, he, ran to the finish line and won the race.
He's like, you were going here anyway.
Yeah.
Because he works smart, not hard.
Yeah. So it could be
this is
seen
awesome.
as
I
your,
love this.
it could be
Yeah.
seen as your child is like very smart and
Innovative.
can think outside the
Walt
box.
Disney.
Yeah. Outside the ox.
Yeah, outside the ox.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Big Al says dogs
That's
can't look up.
awesome.
Yeah.
They can't what?
Look up.
Is that true?
It's Shaun of the Dead.
Of course
Okay.
that's not true.
Don't they
I've seen
drown?
my dogs
Yeah.
look up at birds. So,
Dogs can look up. That's
So
also
even though
Shaun
my
of the Dead.
mom didn't shape my pop culture life or anything like that,
she made
there are
you.
other ways that parents inject their little quirks into your life.
She turned you into a shady elephant.
Are any of
Are you
rats?
getting ready to do like self bondage?
No, I'm making a bracelet.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Out of a laptop strap.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Mother.
The Glenn Danzig movie
Mm-hmm.
where he just sings for 2 hours of the song Mother.
So you got Hi J Kim or Hi Ja Kim. How'd she pronounce her name? Do you know? That's okay. She plays mother.
I'm not
She's just
Korean.
mom.
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 Mom
Ben-
and Dujun.
Ben Won is playing Yoon Do Jun, and Gu Jin is Jin Tai, his slick friend.
Yeah. And Dojun is he's got some
Mental
disabilities.
deficiencies, yeah.
Yeah, like he's not.
He's
His
very
memory's really bad.
he's very Gumpian.
He's special.
That's like
Gumpian.
yeah, he's very Forrest Gumpian.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about this relationship between Korean Gump. Let's call him Gump.
Yeah. I would say that
don't want
Dojun is a
to.
little bit
Dojun.
less.
Yeah, that's terrible. What?
What are you saying?
Gumpian is a little, maybe in terms of his level
Mhm.
of disability,
He's
but they're two different dudes.
yeah, Gump is a little more wholesome.
Yeah.
This guy is horny.
It's like it's like if Forrest Gump was sitting on that bench and instead of saying life is like a box of chocolates, he was like, I kept trying to have sex with Jenny.
But I don't think Jenny likes boys. Clearly.
But I think it's a more realistic portrayal.
No,
of-
certainly.
Yeah,
It's no
of someone like that.
especially when Dojun met John Lennon, like the dubbing was so much better.
Yeah. So she's a single mom taking care of this.
That's
this
gonna
kid
go off like a
who's-
time bomb later, and you guys are gonna start cracking up.
Who's special? He has special needs, and
I'll text you when that happens.
Thank you.
and she's not, like made of money,
No.
No.
but she's a little overprotective.
She's a little overbearing and a little
Yeah.
smothering.
This
let's
is
put it that
very
way.
much
Bates Motel.
Bates Motel.
Yeah.
Like it very much the same relationship between Norman and Norma, but I don't think Do-joon is a serial killer.
Do-joon likes to come home and squeeze his mom's titty, though.
Anybody else watching the Mommy Dearest, Mommy Dead, or whatever that one's called? I was thinking this was like a little Munchausen, but I'm glad it didn't go that direction.
Yeah.
That was definitely where I was thinking.
Going into this movie, I thought that it was going to be about like a mother who just like dominates and like is cruel to her son, and it's not that at all.
Mm-mm.
So go ahead.
So Do-joon, he's not all there mentally, but he is also growing up at the same time, and he's getting into trouble, and he's starting to get into girls, and
trying to get into girls.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
And she's
everything is like anyway. Go ahead.
And he wants his independence, but he can't really handle it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not really capable of handling it because he doesn't know how to process these new things he's feeling or whatever. And she's walking a fine line between being, letting him go and being overbearing. And I think she walks the overbearing line a little too much. Smothering, because she does have to protect him.
Well, he clearly.
Way. Yeah.
We're gonna
movie should have been called Smother.
Smother! Oh.
We're
gonna spoil the shit out of this. But we always spoil. So if you are like gonna be mad, bro, maybe you should pay attention because we always spoil the fucking main attraction. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna spoil it.
Unless you're a patron at spoiler-free level, and then you get the spoiler-free
Then the spoiler-free version, which is just silence.
So Do-joon, he's very like gullible. He has his friend Jin-tae that gets him in a bad situation.
Jin-tae.
I love you, Jin-tae.
We go back to Gump.
Yeah.
It all comes back to Gump on this show.
You think that was deliberate?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure
No.
it was.
Absolutely.
Oh, I wonder what Lieutenant Dan is in Korean.
Mother.
It's just Lieutenant Dano.
So he can get into bad situations sometimes, and she also has to bail him out. So one day, Do-joon, he goes out drinking, expecting to meet Jin-tae. I can't not do it now.
Yeah.
Do it every time, Andy.
But Jin-tae never shows up, and Do-joon gets drunk and passes out. But then he gets kicked out of a bar, and he goes home.
Club Manhattan.
Yeah, Club Manhattan. That sounds so fancy.
It does.
So he walks home.
Not the Club Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Not the Club Obi-Wan. Dun, 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 dun.
That was surprising when they showed
Anything
up
goes.
when they showed up in this movie. I was like,
Yeah.
what? So he
Temple of Doom does show up in this movie.
yeah, they did.
Yeah, it did.
Temples of
Temples
Doom.
of Doom.
They called him his Temples of Doom.
So he walks home, but like through back alleyways and stuff, and he tails this girl and like kind of like
Cat calls at her.
cat calls her a little bit and like is teasing her.
Woo!
Hey, pretty.
And he's like fucking following her around.
Yeah.
Not nice at night.
So she like dives into a
This
abandoned
is
house.
Moon. How do you say her name?
Moon Ajum.
Moon.
Yeah.
You're like yes.
Mm-hmm. Any of those are acceptable to me. I'm not her.
Yeah.
Moon's good.
Just call her Moon.
So
Moon
Lemon
Fry.
Or
Fry.
Rice Cake Girl. Let's call her that.
Rice Cake Girl, yeah.
Sad.
It is sad.
So she goes into a
Soleil Moon Fry, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, she's named Moon Fry.
Is that right?
I
Oh,
think
so-
Soleil.
Soleil
Oh no,
means-
Sun
that's
Moon. Fry.
sun.
Sun Moon
Yeah.
Fry. Sorry.
You
Sorry.
You thought you had something.
Sorry,
there.
Frenchies.
Yeah.
It's Sun Moon Fry. I gotcha.
Good lord.
Kelly thought he was on the verge of a breakthrough.
But it's still goofy. Anyway,
People can have different names. It's
I'm
fine.
just saying it's
No,
good.
they
Sun
can't.
Moon, like what? Sun in French, Moon in English, and then your last name.
Why Ouija board?
A
Why
Ouija.
French and German?
So she goes.
And then English. Board.
I do have other things to do today.
Yeah, well, they're not going to happen.
So Moon goes into this abandoned house to avoid him, but he's like, she's still scared, so she throws a giant rock to try to scare him off. And we think it works because we see him just walk off,
Yep.
and then he just goes home and goes to bed,
He
and he still sleeps with his mom.
sleeps with his mom with his hand on her titty.
He squeezed her titty. She goes, it's late. Like, what does that mean? Does that mean normally she's like, all right, climb on?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's like that.
What do you think?
But it's just a little odd.
It was a weird moment.
Well, they tickle that idea several times in the
film. As they do on Bates Motel.
Yeah.
I think Bates Motel is stealing everything.
Because they know it's a weird notion.
Well, but I mean, if you go back to,
source material.
The incest in Bates Motel, like in Norman is
but I'm just saying, like,
very clear.
Some of this, like, intimation.
He openly says almost right at the beginning of the film that he sleeps with his mother.
Right.
But you have to see.
I think it's more
you're like
that.
Well, yeah, but then everybody he says that to
is like,
what
the fuck?
Yeah. Maybe. I don't. Okay.
You look tired. He's like, maybe from fucking my mother.
Right.
And then he doesn't realize that you're supposed to do that the other way.
Say hi to your mother for me while you're fucking her.
Well, I think it goes to show that he has a very childlike idea of sex and stuff like that.
Right.
Because when when you're children, you do look at your mom a certain way. Because like she's your first like introduction to like womanhood and stuff. So I think he's still in that stage where he sees his mom as a object, maybe.
Like some Freudian stuff going on.
That's from Freudian.
Yeah. So the next morning, he gets arrested because it turns out Moon is murdered, and he is the only one. They finger him as the subject.
Oh no!
Like he fingered his mom, maybe.
They take him and they finger him, and then he gets a confession.
So they just arrest him because there's evidence that he may have did it because he had this golf ball with his name on it that was found at the scene of the crime.
If you go back earlier in the film, there's a hit and run where he's the victim, and it's these elderly, rich dudes. Explain. Well, I think...
And he finds golf balls at the golf course.
That's a red herring that you kind of think that maybe these elderly dudes, these older gentlemen could be perpetrators of the crime he's accused of, because they can't, throughout, that it could be any number of people.
Because Mother does not believe it could be her son.
Right. Not my kid.
And he signs the confession because he's,
Because he kind of beat it. Like, he's not capable of, like, really processing what they're saying.
Kind of beat it out of him.
Yeah.
They took his pants and kicked an apple out of his
I thought
mouth.
They took his pants. He's like, I'm going to take my pants off,
I thought they were going to fuck him.
Yeah. They were like, we're all dudes.
Because they were like, I'm going to take my pants off. It feels good. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
This was like there was a lot of misdirection going on. I don't know if that's a characteristic of that director, but a lot of misdirection in this film.
A lot of other characteristic of this director is that he has a lot of weird moments of comedy.
Yeah.
Throughout his movie.
Yeah.
Like you notice that it's like dotted throughout the movie, like these weird moments of like just humor.
Even the opening when she's dancing in the field is pretty funny.
What was that about? Like whole I was mesmerized by her. I don't know anybody else. But
That's
that
the
opening.
She had a great face.
The opening is the end.
Right. But like the whole idea of like the dancing and
it was like she had done the acupuncture trick on her thigh to forget everything, all of her traumas.
Well, no, I get that.
So that's why she was dancing.
Okay, so
she was dancing because she was happy she'd forgotten everything. Yeah.
Okay.
It don't work like that.
She's an amateur acupuncturist. She's operating without a license, and one of the things she can do is she can wipe out all your bad memories.
God, I love amateur acupuncture.
It's good.
Well, the acupuncture plays into it in a couple ways with the forgotten memories and how to remember memories too, which is important.
Temples of Doom. You rub your temples of doom to remember. You stick a needle in your thigh to forget everything.
Just like that.
And that's how the body works.
And I'd say like after he gets arrested, like he's taken off in the police car. And these policemen, they get in an accident because they're not paying attention to the road.
Yeah.
So it gives
Dummies.
it gives you an idea that these cops aren't the most competent ones.
Yeah.
So it makes you think
they've rarely had a murder to deal with. They talk about it. They're like, when was the last time we had a murder?
And the one guy's like, it was before I came here.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a red herring. Like, maybe you think that maybe they do have the wrong guy because they're not competent.
Yeah.
I mean,
they're not doing their job.
She thinks Jin Tae, her son's friend, did it, so she finds a golf club in his house full of lipstick.
Can we slow down?
But she thinks it's blood,
When she hides out in Jin Tae's apartment and Jin Tae's girlfriend comes over and they're screwing, and he's like, spaghetti.
What was that?
Oh, and what did she say? What was the last thing she said?
She's minerals.
I thought that was like a like he's trying not to blow his load.
Is that what it is?
Like they're
it sounds like they're
like
playing 20 questions.
Games.
What was the last thing she said though? Was it like
minerals, right?
Broccoli. Like, I forget what it was.
Yeah.
I just love he was like, spaghetti!
It's like that Margaret Thatcher on a cold day kind of thing, when you're just playing this word game just to prolong it. That's what I...
Yeah.
Margaret Thatcher on a cold day?
Not that I've, like, dabbled in sex therapy or anything like that, but that's the only thing I could come up with.
What's like thinking
that.
about baseball so you don't come yet?
Baseball!
Dead dogs.
Dead
That's another one.
I try to avoid that.
Yeah, that's a bad
that'll
one.
make you go weird places or get real weird kinks.
Mom spaghetti.
Marinara.
Are you doing the M&M?
Do not miss your chance to blow. Mom spaghetti.
Postpone your blow.
Kelly, did her pronunciation of tiramisu satisfy you?
Did it pass your muster?
Yeah,
Can I
the
tell you,
other thing,
I didn't exactly even realize that's what she was saying until like I put all the rest together. I was like, why are they subtitling words that aren't English? And then I was like, oh, so it blew past
spaghetti.
That scene too, though, I will say, this actress, has she done any other major films?
Like, I looked at her credits. She did maybe like 5 or 6.
Which one, Mother or the girl?
Mother. She's I mean, she's mesmerizing.
Yeah,
the way
she's
she
really
kind of walks through the apartment and trying not to get caught by the sleeping
She has
kids.
a great face, really.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's a very compelling
I loved
actress.
watching her.
Yeah.
It turns out, the Jin Tae's bloody golf club was just lipstick.
But it just shows you how the extent of
Like,
how
she'll do anything.
Yeah.
She broke in and found that. Then she does something real cray-cray. What happens after Jin Tae? Who are we after next?
I gotta say, you had mentioned real quick. You had mentioned Bates Motel. I do feel like the series Bates Motel borrows a lot from this movie.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, I do think you're right about that. No, I just wanted to back you up. Because there's a lot of moments, even in the physicality you were talking about of the actress in this, that Vera Farmiga's character does a lot of these same kind of comical spy hiding out things.
Yeah.
And
What about Thaisa Farmiga?
She's
Thaisa.
not in Bates Motel.
Thaisa.
I know, but it's just fun to say her
This
name.
girl I used to know.
So,
played Thaisa.
Yeah.
So, Amy, your opinion is valid now because you had Freddie backing you
I
up.
had a man back me up.
You're welcome.
I believe you now.
You've been man-stamped.
You guys are always wanting white males to jump in and be an ally.
But don't you know that white men can't jump?
That's
Oh,
true.
no!
We can't swim. We can't jump.
That was, you know what, Mike?
That Mike is doing right now is ridiculous.
That was all net.
Thank you.
It looked like
but
you were
net.
fighting one of those wooden martial arts dolls.
It was. I've never gotten a touchdown celebration
Martial
dance
arts.
before. so-
Martial arts?
Martial arts.
Still working on it.
arts. And
You-
so
you're-
Leslie Jones is a Taekwondo instructor.
She also, that's
a spin-off.
That's a spin-off where she got fired as a
Yeah.
judge and she has to start as like an art teacher at like a little community college.
Yeah, because it turns out you can't throw things at people's
You
faces.
can't smash them in the nose.
That's the salt.
Even if you get an agreement signed first.
So it's martial arts is the spin-off. It's the Frasier and it goes much longer than martial law did.
No, actually,
It
Frasier and Cheers were the same length.
the same length.
Oh,
11 seasons each.
Oh.
22
Bitch.
seasons of joy.
All right, what you got?
Remember how Amy said, I have other things to do?
Yeah, she does.
Anyway.
She's lying to you.
Unless I'm excited about what's happening.
Unless it's pure comedy gold.
All right, so when do we get to the homeless dude?
That's a little further on. We find out that then it goes into more. We find more about Moon's background,
Yes. Y'all.
and I think this is very interesting because like she's kind of it reminded me of like a lot of like investigational series going on, like The Keepers or The Accused.
Yeah.
Like these women just doing these investigations on their own, and without the help of anybody else. And this reminded me of all like these like things going on right now. It's like she's playing the role of like the investigator. They should have a podcast about this. Anyway, so we find out more about Moon's background. Turns out she was a little loose.
Or you could say she was a clever rat.
Yeah.
Because she was collecting clandestine videos of men who were sleeping with her so she could blackmail them later.
But she wasn't. She was doing it for rice.
Yeah, it turns out like
Surviving.
she's pretty poor. She's raising her grandma on her own. while
She's
going to
raising her
school.
grandma?
Yeah, it's a whole time travel twist that I did not follow.
You know what I mean.
It's very Rick
She's
and Morty.
taking care
Taking
of.
care of
Yeah.
her grandma. It's like that predestination. She's her own grandma.
Oh, God, I've been raising my grandma for Can't wait till she moves out, gets out of high school.
She gets younger. She's Benjamin Buttoning me.
Anyway. So she's
forgot where we're at.
She's surviving, and by getting money or rice.
So her nickname is Rice Cake Girl.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they call that move she does, the rice cake.
Yeah. So like all these men have a reason to want her dead, kind of. You think?
So the mother finds out about the phone, so she wants to find this phone because she thinks the killer might be on the phone. So she gets Jin Tae to rough up these guys that were sleeping with Moon to find out where the phone is.
It's a great scene. He locks them up on the Ferris wheel.
I like that this movie's got us all using the euphemism "sleeping with." Like normally we would just say "fuck" and
"back,"
but we're all being classy today.
Because it's a classy show.
Yeah, it's a class show.
It was a classy movie.
Indie show. He's classy.
I'm like school on Monday through Friday, full of class.
So yes, these two dudes, they're not the killer though.
No, because she eventually does find the phone, and she brings the phone. She finds all the pictures of the guy that Moon slept with, and then she brings the phone to Doon Jo in a prison and shows him
Doojun.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Doojun to make jokes about that?
Oh, Zawo!
God.
That was real good.
Detective feedback.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you got real quiet all of a
Who's
sudden.
detective
Amy.
feedback?
I don't know.
Detective feedback.
Garage band.
Is he a character on martial law?
So is this when we get to homeless dude?
Yeah, because she shows him. She goes through all the pictures and finds to show her son. Let's call him that. Of all the guys she slept with, and she comes across this picture of this homeless man that he's a junk collector, and he just goes around town collecting junk. Hence the name Junk Collector.
Yes.
She remembers him because she bought an umbrella from him.
So she and the son says he saw that man in that room, the abandoned house that night that Moon was killed. So the mother just jumps to the conclusion that he's the real killer.
Yeah.
So she goes and tries to the homeless man's shack to try to find out what really happened.
So he's not really homeless.
No, he has a home. We're being inaccurate.
Yeah.
He's a junk collector. He's not a homeless man. He's like Fred Sanford.
He's a junker.
And equally as hilarious.
He was a funny guy. He was like, I saw horrible things. I'm traumatized by them. I'm having a heart attack.
But he turns the fucking tables on her.
And it turns out he was in the house that night, but he actually saw what really happened. And it turns out that
spoiler alert,
the son did kill Moon.
Oh, whoops.
He threw that
son
rock.
killed Moon? Oh, no!
Son killed the moon with a big rock.
So,
our ties are going to be fucked up.
She throws the huge rock at him to get him to go away, and he fucking tosses it back at her and knocks her goddamn head off.
It's because she calls him a retard at one point, and that is kind of his trigger word.
Yeah, we've established that every time someone says that to him, he goes ballistic.
Yeah. Well, it turns out his mother said if somebody calls you that, you go ham on their ass.
Yeah.
So she's kind of culpable a little bit.
Yeah.
And I guess she feels really guilty about telling her son to do that. So after Moon calls him a retard, he picks up the rock and just chucks it at her, and it's like
kablamo.
Yeah.
You know.
But then
It's like Rock'em Sock'em Robots when you win, her head just pops.
Yep. Mama had a baby.
Yeah.
So the junk collector tells the mother this, and then she freaks out because she realizes, oh, I was wrong the whole time. My son is a murderer.
Yeah, but she's like,
So she freaks out too. And she kills the junk collector.
She beats him to death with a giant fucking wrench. And burns his house down. Fucking crazy.
To get him out of the picture, so she won't finger her son.
No fingering my
she
son.
is so over her son getting. If she's not gonna finger him, nobody is.
Nope.
There was this real sweet moment happening over here in the studio where Mike is petting Millie, and she was looking at him real lovingly, and I thought I'd get a picture of it.
Then Mike's legs are splayed open.
Mike's legs are spread so wide open.
Sorry.
Get off my.
No, it's
it's okay.
I'm not
It's all right.
splaying.
No, that's okay.
I'm not
It can just be a
Your
private moment.
mansplaining?
Leg splaying is my thing.
It can just be a private moment. All right.
Manspreading.
So is that basically okay? So maybe I fell asleep a little bit here.
No,
I watched it late.
So she thinks that's the end of the road, but it turns out one of the guys that Moon was sleeping with, he was kind of an escaped mental patient.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's right. He was
Yeah.
JP or whatever.
Yeah, and they catch him and they
Yeah.
find his shirt covered in her blood because it turns out we find out that she gets nosebleeds occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
And once they find this blood on his shirt, they finger him.
Everybody's getting fingered.
Yeah, as the murderer. So they arrest him, then release the son. So this guy, the JP, he's kind of mentally deficient too. So, but the mother knows the truth, but she lets
Something in the water.
Yeah, she gets.
I mean, she's just happy to have her son out.
Yeah.
She's gonna let this dude rot in prison because she just wants her son back.
But she realizes, she knows what she's doing, and she feels really guilty about it because she goes and actually visits him in prison, and she sees that that's basically her son that she put in prison for years and years. So this mother goes through a lot.
But then she knows the secret.
It doesn't seem like
needle
Moon
herself.
was picking the right people to sleep with.
Well,
Like if she really wanted to kind of get rice and money, she could probably have found a higher class of.
way to blame the victim.
No, I'm saying she could have done better. Like she could have.
But
She
she
had
didn't.
more to offer than
Yeah.
what she was.
Right.
She was devaluing
Her
She
the
vagina.
product.
It's the glass ceiling.
Product.
Yeah, that's what I said, and I stand by it. I say what
So I need to ask
want.
anybody who is from Korea or understands Korean culture, is there really a thank you parents day where they go on a bus tour and they dance in the bus? Like, what is that? That was the end. And Mother's going on her thank you parents bus tour, which is just a bunch of moms dancing in the
dancing.
aisles of a bus.
But then, before they go off on the bus tour, the dancing bus tour, the son,
You mean the Danzig?
the dancing,
The Danzig bus tour?
mother.
Mother.
Oh, he found the
He finds her acupuncture needles that she dropped at the junk collector's shack, but he doesn't know why they're there.
Yeah, he doesn't quite understand.
Because he's,
Yeah. He's Gumpian.
Yeah.
Gumpian.
But it's just a reminder. When
Gumpish.
she gets them, it's just a reminder of what she did, and
Yeah.
kind of she thinks maybe her son knows.
Because he
But,
can
yeah.
bring back memories
Via the
sometimes
temples of doom.
via his temples.
So
And that's the end. She's like, I forgot it all, and I'm dancing in the aisles with all the other moms.
how do you keep when you do the trick? How do you keep how does it decide which memories it gets rid of?
Right, because I have all kinds of bad memories.
Well, plus I don't want to forget stuff that I want to remember.
Right.
Like, what if it makes me forget how to read?
Is that it's bad memories?
Yeah, she said it's bad
Whoopsie-daisy.
memories.
Was that a traumatic experience learning how to read?
I just mean I don't know how it can choose pick and choose.
Because what was the first time she used that, or it goes into the whole using that for? He remembered something that wasn't right.
Oh, she she wants to use acupuncture on him to get the memories of what happened that night.
Mm-hmm.
But then, because his memory's all messed up. But then he remembers that his mother tried to kill him at one point.
Oh, when he was 5 years old. Yeah.
Because life was so hard, raising this mentally challenged son
It's
all
gonna
alone.
be a murder suicide.
Yeah.
But she used the wrong brand of poison.
Yeah.
She's
Do
like,
you-
if I had bought the name brand poison, she does. He has this.
This is
moment.
why you don't buy generic.
Does
Yeah.
did they? The one thing I was a little unclear on is the possibility of his specialness from that.
Or was
From
he
the
already?
poison.
Do
I
we
think-
know? Is there anything that they clear up that we know before that happened that he was not?
Oh.
You think the poison caused his mental
It's possible,
yeah.
right?
But I think
I just wondering if that was what caused that such a connection or such like a I have to
take care of him because I made him.
Mike wants to know if that's why he was so down in the gumps.
Pumps in the gums.
I'm gonna give you a high five, but I'm gonna deny it later.
Yeah.
It's on camera, not camera.
Nope.
It's recorded.
Yeah.
No, go back on it.
You don't know that sound was me.
No, that was just two butt cheeks slapping together.
It could have been somebody twerking.
We got a
in the corner.
No, I
bring him with me every show.
I think that he was like that before the poison. I think that's why she was so at the end of her rope.
Okay.
Because she had such difficulty raising him on her own.
Gotcha.
And that's why she feels like that's why she's like so overprotective of him, because she feels so guilty about what she tried to do before.
Do you remember Soap on a Rope?
Yeah.
Remember how that was like a fucking like punchline to everything in the 80s?
Soap on a rope.
Such a fucking 80s thing.
Why don't you piss up a rope?
Soap on a rope. Piss up a rope. Get your hospital Johnny on. Jeez, crow.
Did he still make it?
I don't know.
Yeah, you can still get soap on a rope.
I one time had somebody got me soap on a rope for a birthday.
Yeah.
How'd you feel
It was
about
Aramis. Aramis, like the perfume or the cologne, but it was
Aramis
soap on
Prime.
rope. Yeah, Aramis Prime.
I really
I
liked this film quite a bit, and to me, like this was the perfect like mood movie where it was like a slow burn, but there was always something going on that kept you engaged in it. Like it didn't feel like The Vitch is somewhat similar in that it keeps like
in terms of pacing.
It keeps pulling. Finds little things. Even though it's a slow-paced movie, it keeps finding things to pull you in, or like, oh, where is she gonna go with this? It's like she was. Yeah, I really enjoyed this film a lot. I thought it was a really good, moody, atmospheric mystery.
I feel
really well directed.
The Korean
really
landscape
well
was like a fifth character. Actually, no, seriously though, the setting was really immersive, and I really appreciated how like when it was rainy and the way the shots were set up, especially the cemetery with the tiers,
cool.
all the tiered landscaping. I just think that's a really neat touch that they chose to do. Aerial shots in the right places, close-ups in the right places. It was real. The guy knows what he's doing.
Interested to know about. I'd like the dancing. That I'm just curious if that's a thing, and two, like the whole reenacting the murder thing. Is that common?
I think that's a Korean thing, because there's another movie I saw called Lady Vengeance, and they did the same thing. They reenacted the crime in front of like the press and the family, I guess.
And they make the murderer or the alleged murderer come. Oh, wow.
Does the head always pop off? Of the
Mama
doll?
had a baby.
Yeah.
Its head popped off.
Popped.
But was anybody surprised that the son actually did it, or do you guys feel that it was all the time?
I wasn't sure. It wasn't it was a twist, but it wasn't super surprising it's
I mean, looking
pretty
back on it,
trope.
I think it was pretty obviously him throughout the whole movie, but you just wanted it so bad not to be him for her.
Yeah.
That you like kind of like just suspend your disbelief about what he actually did.
I'm trying to remember at the end of the film when the other guy is arrested for it. Does she ever come clean?
No.
She just lets that guy go to jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really tragic. Because he now I don't know about that actor, if they cast somebody who looked kind of simple too, like, or they just try to play him up that way a little bit in that scene. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because in a way he was. I think they were shooting to say this could be your son.
Yeah,
too.
that's why she like. Felt so guilty
that's what Andy said before. Way to pay attention.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the dog. Our dog is adorable. She's asleep right now.
Do you know what's fun? Listening to our second episode ever, Freddy does that same shit where like 30 minutes later he's like, wait, what?
You know, the show is very similar to Bates Motel.
And then he'll say something and be like, we just fucking said that. You were the same. You've been the same.
I have a attention span problem.
Your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, it's good for that? Acupuncture.
Maybe you should stick needles in me.
I will.
Why don't you do
Can
it?
I do it?
I dare you.
Can I?
Also,
to my face.
St. John's wort.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ginkgo biloba.
Dear.
I love Ginkgo biloba.
Mother!
Favorite Star Wars character.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad you guys enjoyed this movie, because I think it can go either way. Like,
I
think
also
it's an objectively good movie.
I think
it is an objectively good movie.
is.
You're
I think
right about that.
Pacing-wise, I think it can turn a lot of people off.
I was pretty tired, and that was my fault, where I fell asleep a little bit.
Amy doesn't
Freddie kept
realize she
yelling
falls
at
asleep
me.
during every movie, and she's like, well, this is
It's
different
been a
because I watched
while.
it at night.
It's been a while since I fell asleep in a movie.
When I watch a movie, I like to lay down and cover myself in blankets and drink chamomile tea.
I have the same issue, Amy. So
sometimes I'm fucking tired.
Sometimes I don't remember things. I don't remember things.
I
ever.
got a little sleepy in this one too, and but I think this is a film that's made for. It's just real pretty, and yeah, it's kind of dreamy.
It is.
Cozy.
Yeah, it is very
dreamy.
cozy.
That's
and it was also a longer-ish movie, so it was
it's 2 hours.
Yeah.
That dreamy feel seems to be a hallmark of this director. I can never say his name right.
Bong Joon Ho.
There you go.
Yep.
Is that it?
I start to say it, and then I'm like,
I think
I think it's the other way around. I think it's June.
Well, he mixes
Joon
it up.
Ho Bong?
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he does it both ways.
Oh.
When
just
you
to
fell
screw with
asleep in
people
this
like you.
movie, just for our sleep narcoleptics club, when you fell asleep, did you remember falling asleep? Were you like, I'm gonna fall asleep, fall asleep, or did it just kind of happen and you're like, go?
Did you visit?
Well, a couple of times I couldn't make it stop.
Yeah.
I was just like, no, pay attention. This is interesting.
You don't want to though. Like
I wanted to stay awake, but I was like,
too.
I can't.
I feel like people need to understand.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm with you, Amy.
I didn't
on
do it
this
on purpose.
one.
The only time I've ever done it on purpose was during that fucking movie at the drive-in. What was it?
Oh, the one.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes. We just talked about that last night.
Don't be afraid of the dark remake.
I made myself.
Don't watch this movie. Is what it was called.
Fall asleep during that because I was like, I need this to be over.
You wanted to watch the next movie.
You know.
No, it was the last movie.
Oh, was it? Oh, never mind.
What?
I fell asleep during The Science of Food yesterday. I was watching that PBS show.
Sure.
And
All right,
it was
so Mother, thank you,
riveting,
Andy.
Riveting.
Yeah, thank you, Andy.
Yeah, that was a good choice.
Freddie, you're next.
I'm
that was
next.
An enjoyable movie.
And I asked. I also want to give tribute to my mom.
Yeah, ma'am.
And I asked her what her favorite movie of all time is.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a hard left from Mother. It is National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah!
I'm glad you picked this as opposed to The Girl Next Door.
Yeah, right.
That
Yeah,
you're
I
debating
didn't wanna
about.
watch
She also
that.
loves The Girl Next Door, which is a huge downer.
Because I'm like, sorry, Shelby, I'm going to 86 your movie.
Your mom's seen Martyrs multiple times.
My mom loves Martyrs.
Yeah,
and
so
she's got a
she
dark.
can handle some shit.
She loves the really, really rough horror movies. I
Yeah.
don't know why or how,
Yeah.
but she has an appetite for the
Destruction. Yeah.
But she also really loves National Lampoon's Vacation.
I haven't seen that in a
As
million
do
years.
we all.
Who doesn't? Yeah, it's a great movie.
I
I,
even
think
like
it'll be
time
fun to
for
talk
it, too.
about.
I even like
Yeah.
the reboot.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
I like
I
that
did
one
too.
a lot,
It's fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
That was actually a sequel.
It was
well, it
damn
was, but it was
good.
Yeah,
it was a sequel, but it was
also a reboot. You're right.
because it was the same story.
It was like a
basically.
sequel with new boots on.
It was a sequel boot.
Okay.
Amy, you gonna talk
okay.
about our Beelzebubs?
Oh, can I
Yes.
say something more? I just remind I do have a memory about a movie with
With your mom?
movie memory with my mom. We were
A lot of M's.
2006. We flew to China and Hong Kong. It was like a maybe 20-hour flight or something like that. And
Good lord, that would be a nightmare.
That's where you were. Episode 2. We were like, Andy's not here because
we
he's in Hong
slept
Kong.
so
That was 2006.
like, we slept.
Wow.
Me and my sister slept throughout the whole flight just because it's so miserable.
With your mouth wide open.
Yeah. But like I remember waking up at one point, and the movie they were showing was Big Mama's House.
Oh
And
yeah.
my mom was sitting on her armrests entranced by it. Like she was real tiny. She was 4'8".
Well, Martin
Yeah.
Lawrence, man, he
Yeah, it's
captivates
So
you.
she had to sit on the armrest
Yeah,
to see?
yeah. So she had but she had like her head on her hands like this, like
Aw.
a child.
I love that.
That's
I do
fantastic.
too. I feel like Martin Lawrence is captivating in the same way that
Yeah.
Mother is captivating. Like you just are like, oh,
that's awesome.
You should have picked
But
Big
it was
Mama's
just like
House.
of all the movies for her to be like, be
Into?
that much.
Yeah.
I'm like Big Mama's House.
Yeah.
So Martin Lawrence has a little special place in my heart.
Well,
my aunt.
That's
And
that's
I also
awesome.
saw, actually, we saw, the only movie I ever saw in the theater with my mom was Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
Because Ang Lee directed it, and she was so excited that like an Asian director went like mainstream in America. So she had us take her to see Brokeback Mountain, and it was not like graphic or anything like that, but it's still awkward to watch with her mom.
yeah.
You mean when he spits on his hand?
Yeah.
To lube up his dick and put
But
it
is that in
into-
your
yeah.
in your memory banks? Is
Yeah.
that like a really
Yeah.
fond memory now?
But like I remember, like me and my sister-in-law all looked over at her at that point.
Holy shit.
That was like when we saw the girl on the train with my mom. It was the same deal. We were out squirming like, oh my god, this has a lot of sex in it.
That's
pretty
like when I
awesome.
watched Mexico Barbaro with my son Colin,
Yeah.
and we
yeah.
got to the rape goblins.
Yeah.
Which, even if I'd watched that by myself, I would have been like, this is awful. But
when you have to explain to your kids what a rape goblin is it's a hard time for every father.
Well, it's worse when you don't have to.
Yeah.
And he's just
All
like,
right,
Thank you, Andy, for sharing
Yes.
all those really awesome memories of your mom. So helps us know you.
I thought it was really nice. This is like real special.
Special.
Special, because I'm special.
It's
You're
Gumpy.
special.
You are special.
I'm Gumpy.
You're special, but you're not gumpish.
No. Okay. People who are special
Yeah.
and could be gumpish, I don't know, are our Beelzebubs from our Patreon campaign. So I'm gonna talk about these lovely people. I'm gonna name them. We got Jimmy B, who just wrote me an email. I haven't responded to your email yet. I'm sorry.
Jimmy B.
Ernest, who we love and know
He is
very
great.
well from Horror Hound Weekends.
He's a little huggy buggy.
He's so genuine. Get it? 'Cause he's earnest.
He's earnest.
Know what I mean?
The importance of.
No me. Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went P-World.
Yeah, you
He
did.
went importance of.
Yeah.
Amanda,
Oh, love
AKA
her.
Commanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tight.
Tight. Elise, who's that? Elise.
I keep-
Not familiar.
Elise
She
Navidad.
keeps
I'm
coming
not
up.
Sure. Who
We'll have to,
that
like, email her and
is.
see.
Yeah, like who are you?
No, that's you know.
Your lady love.
Yeah.
Jeremy of Cassie and Jeremy fame. They're in Cincinnati today, motherfuckers. Michael Powell. We got Marky. Mark, who we met in person.
Marky Mark.
We're gonna say this every
Flying
time. All
pig.
of our personal experiences. You're just gonna have to keep hearing them. Blake. What up, Blake? Bill. We got a Billy.
Hey,
Can I
Bill.
call you Bill?
Yes.
Can I call him Billy?
Oh, I don't call him Bill.
I'll do what I want.
do what you want.
Brandon,
Aww.
who's the awesomest.
Mm-hmm.
Very talented man.
We
Alberto.
have a date.
Okay.
What'd you say?
We have a date with Friday the 13th.
Not
gang.
you. What'd you say?
I said Alberto.
Oh, gotcha.
Tree and Alex, who are darlings. who are
Love
little babies.
you guys.
Darling babies. And
They're
Adam.
the darlingest.
That's a lot
Adam
of
Ingram.
Beelzebubs.
That's a lot of Beelzebubs. They're out in the world just fucking shit up.
They've got. Well, I'm not gonna say it again.
Give him love.
If you were like, God, I love Night of the Living podcast, the reason that it continues is all you wonderful patrons.
Yeah. So
NOTLP.
patreon.com/NOTLP.
It's awesome.
You guys make it happen.
Mhm.
And it's
so
going
much.
to grow like a fucking shrinky
Weed.
dink in reverse.
It's like we put really.
What
It's like
was that, Mike?
I was trying to do it. I
It's
can
like-
visualize it.
you guys
I'm hungry.
took the seed of the show
Mm-hmm.
and you bought really nice soil
Miracle Grow.
and you put good soil and compost together
Mm.
and you put us in it
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and you're like, I'm not even afraid to touch poop soil because it's
Mhm.
good for
You know, like in Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the,
The
mandrakes.
mandrakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, the mandrakes. You pulled
Like
out
a-
a screaming poisonous baby.
The
It
wizard
is
told you
us.
to prick a finger and bleed into it,
Yeah.
and you bled for us.
Oh, we're like us. They're Seymour.
Yes, that's what I was
Mhm.
going for.
Feed bears.
Suddenly Seymour
Oh.
standing beside
Hey, Andy.
you.
Down on skid.
Down on skid.
All right. So do we have anything else before we go?
What's funny?
Friday the 13th,
Oh.
the game. We are on Xbox One.
This seems like it's blowing up. I keep seeing screenshots and shit all over the place.
Yeah, it's fun when it works.
You should have seen the screenshot Mike
Oh.
got the other night.
Yeah.
Was it a big penis?
Little glitch.
I'll put that on our Instagram, the glitch.
The
Oh my
glitch.
God, it was terrifying.
Yes,
And
it
you were
was
stuck
terrifying.
looking at it for how long?
I was stuck at least 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Stuck in the inside out world. In the
Yeah,
closet.
but I'll share that on the
Closet.
Instagram too.
All right, so what?
Anyways, we have a club, Friends of NOTLP. If you want to join our Xbox One club, just reply to us on social media somewhere with your gamer tag and we'll add you.
It's exactly like the Fox 19 Kids Club.
It's just like the kids club. From
Freeze frame.
Freeze
You don't know that unless
It's
you're
a
from
local
here
We should do
and
we
you
should
lived
do
here in the 80s.
one of these times. We should throw out for the Patreon members a scheduled one, so that
Well,
everyone.
I agree. Well, some people are on PS4. I'm hoping that they do a cross-platform thing in the future.
Freddie's
but-
basing this on things that will
Never
may or may never
happen.
happen.
Well,
So how fun? So Friday the 13th, it has had some
a number of glitches.
issues because I think it was
It's a
bigger
small.
than they anticipated.
Well, actually, if you go back to one of the live podcasts at Horror
Horror Hound.
Hound, I interviewed the guy who was, I think, a producer for the show. It's a very small team working on it.
Yeah, Gun Media.
Yes,
Yeah.
and so I think that when it had come out, it was exploded bigger than what they had maybe tested for.
Right.
So it was down for the weekend, which I know gave it some initial pretty negative buzz because it was so glitchy. But it sounds like it's starting to actually get a little bit more consistent. We were able, I think the third or fourth day it was on, Freddy and I were able to play a closed match. Not really a two-person game.
No, you have to have more than 2 people to make it worth doing.
Freddy was Jason, which is a fun thing to say. And I was a young, busty, inside-out girl trapped in the closet, and all you could see was my eyeballs.
Yeah.
And Freddy had to try to go to every cabin and try to find you to end the fucking game.
I was begging Freddy to find me, because it was really scary on my big screen projector to see myself inside out.
Yeah, and you go to our Instagram or any of our social media, you'll see that picture.
The character sprites so that they can be inside out?
No, it was glitched. I think I got inside the character model once I was inside the closet and I couldn't get out, and then it just kind of reversed me, the character model. So you just have to see it.
Got reversed.
I got reversed.
He was Frank.
But that's what I mean. They actually programmed that in?
No, not on purpose. It was a problem.
But it looked like you were inside out.
You'll see.
You ever played like Tomb Raider on the back? Remember on the old, but you actually get kind of stuck inside the glitch of her? No. Okay. All right. Well.
No, this was not programmed correctly, and we're not explaining it. It's not really that your skin was inside out.
Oh.
It was just that he could only see eyeballs.
There it is.
It wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
It was kind of horrifying. But I played last night with Brian from Drunken Zombie and some other folks and had a blast. I got drowned in the lake.
What's his
He's Freak Wolf Pro, I think.
Oh, I think I got an invite from him.
Yeah,
cool.
We have our little club
it's blowing up, y'all.
So join it. And then we'll, like Mike suggested, we will probably just schedule some stuff in advance.
So what's going to happen?
We'll also be on. Oh, I'm sorry. Broadcast Beam, I think it's called Mixer. Which I was gonna do Twitch, but I think that one might work a little better.
I did. Mixer is a new thing for Xbox. I don't know much about it. I know Twitch is huge.
Yeah,
so I think everybody has access to Twitch. I don't know about Mixer.
Maybe we'll do Twitch then.
I love Twitch, man. Remember that fucking dance he did with the door?
Season 4
Twitch
with,
is awesome.
with Carrington.
So you think you can dance?
So this is what's gonna happen.
Oh, that bed dance with the rose petals.
Yeah, my favorite one was with Comfort. The one what they did to the Chris Brown song.
Yeah.
Was it a Mia Michaels remix?
Yeah.
So what's gonna happen is in a couple weeks, I'm gonna be like, I want to be a part of this. I'm gonna buy an Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna all play like 2 games together, and everybody's gonna be done with it. Because that's what happened when I got Left 4 Dead, and you guys are like, get an Xbox, we can play Left 4 Dead together on Xbox Live, and then I did.
There'll be another.
We
thing
played
coming.
like 2 games, and everyone was done. With
Freddie and I have a unique. We like to touch it and go. So
yeah, they do. They do have attention deficit problems.
We get real excited about stuff, and then it's the next thing.
You like to love it and leave it.
You should invest in an Xbox One, Kelly, so you can.
But I'd rather stay and play.
I want to get a second one for Amy, so we can all play.
The club will still remain even if the game has changed.
That's true. The club will be there,
and there'll be other people in there that'll probably want to.
We'll be playing Star Wars Battlefront. iDarb is a whole lot of fun.
I'm terrible at Battlefront.
One-on-one.
I have to say, I'm real bad at modern video games. I can really only play classic Nintendo games. I'm horrible at navigating.
It's okay, just as long as you're having fun.
3D environments.
Doesn't matter if you're good or bad.
A lot of times I'm not, because I'm
just
just walking into a wall.
I'm gonna end this now because I'm just not sure what else.
I'm gonna beg for an Xbox too. So if anybody listeners want to play with me too,
it's an Xbox One that you want.
Oh, Freddie wants a PSVR because the new Star Trek.
Xbox 4.
No, Xbox One. You said Xbox 2 as making a joke. Because you were just saying I want an Xbox as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of Star Trek,
I was making a joke because it's called Xbox One.
Speaking of Star Trek, do yourself a favor, go look at the trailer for Star Trek Discovery series that's coming out. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And if you have PSVR, you need that Star Trek Generations or HTC Vive.
I watched some of that on Twitch. People were playing.
Much fun, especially those of my board gamers out there. What? That board game, it's a perfect amalgamation. Is that right, Amy? A board game and video game together.
Sure.
It's so good. And it's only in the VR world.
So cool.
So come
find me.
Cool?
So you need to get a PS4 and an Xbox One. So just if you could not
buy
your kids food.
and you need the VR
for your
to go with the PS4.
Or
you can just build a computer system with an HTC
No,
Vive.
I
that one
couldn't
is
get enough
cross-platform.
out of my car to get either one of those.
Let alone a gun.
Cole really wants me to get VR though. Every time we go anywhere, he's like, VR?
What do you want from McDonald's? VR.
And he starts explaining it as if he's going to sell it to me.
Yeah.
He's like, well, look, what this does is this and this and this.
Oh,
and
he's a little Freddy then.
It's so
right.
fun.
But I am immune.
I'm
like, because every time I just...
Thank you, everybody, for listening. I have to end it eventually. I have to pee again. I'm hungry. Got other things to do today.
I'll continue the sentence next week.
Oh, I fucking bet you will.
Give and get love, y'all.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
Frankenstein was wondering if he should go to bed when his old buddy